Today I'm sharing my high protein, fiber packed overnight oats recipe that completely changed my mind about oatmeal. I first made this during my high fiber challenge last month and I've honestly been obsessed with it. It's super satisfying and creamy, plus it has 47 grams of protein and 13 grams of fiber to keep you full and satisfied for hours. I'm going to share this recipe as well as how you can prep 7 days worth of it for a healthy breakfast ready in minutes. Let's dive into it. My name's Autumn. I'm a certified clinical nutritionist with my master's in nutrition human performance. On my channel, I share the science-backed and delicious information to help you achieve your weight loss and wellness dreams without counting calories. So if you're new here, make sure you subscribe. Okay, before we dive into the recipe, I want to just have a disclaimer because you do have to be careful with oats. In fact, let's just address the elephant in the room. I've done a lot of blogs, a lot of videos on how oatmeal is just really not a good food when you're trying to achieve a weight loss goal. And I do still stand by that. Regular oatmeal has been found to be less satiating and less satisfying than other breakfast foods like eggs. It's also void of protein that is so important for achieving a fat loss goal. That being said, you can eat oats in a way that can support blood sugar levels and a fat loss goal. You just have to be super careful about how you're preparing it to make sure that it will actually support your goals. And there's a couple different ways to do that, which obviously today's recipe is going to be following all of those rules. So we'll be maximizing all the benefits of oats while minimizing the downsides. And I do have a full video coming out next week on why my mind has completely changed about oatmeal. But in the meantime, this recipe, as well as how full and satisfied this recipe makes me and how easy it is to prepare, is one of the main reasons why I'm having oats pretty much every day now. Now let's dive into the recipe. Okay, so this recipe literally takes like a minute to put together. So if you're really busy like myself, I'm a busy mom of 2 and I am a business owner, it's going to be a lifesaver for you. You start off by just getting a single serve container. I like these small little glass containers, but you can also use something like a mason jar, and you pour in 1/3 cup of rolled oats. From here, you add 2 tablespoons of chia seeds and 2 tablespoons of cacao nibs. The reason why we're adding in chia seeds and cacao nibs is because they add a lot of fiber and a lot of antioxidants and a lot of high quality anti-inflammatory omega-3 fats. To make these oats more blood sugar stabilizing and more satisfying and better for a fat loss goal, we do need to add in sources of fat and fiber and protein. That's where the chia seeds and cacao nibs come into play. These actually provide the vast majority of the fiber that you're going to see in this recipe, but you could actually swap out the chia seeds for edible basil seeds, and that will double the fiber in this recipe. Okay, and the next up for the protein, I'm adding in 2 scoops of my vanilla protein powder. My vanilla protein powder is 0 added sugar. It only uses monk fruit extract for a naturally lightly sweet flavor without any added sugar, and it tastes so good in this recipe. Oh my gosh, this is probably the other main reason why I'm obsessed with it. It just is amazing. It's so delicious. Vanilla-y, not too sweet, so good. It also will add in 20 grams of protein just with this addition, which will help to boost the satiety level and make it so much more satisfying. And adding in more protein helps to prevent muscle loss while losing weight. If you guys haven't checked out my protein powder, it was specifically designed to actually taste great in recipes, just like this one. There's a reason why we've sold out like 5 different times. Make sure you grab a bag, especially if you want to make this recipe. I'll have it pop up right here somewhere. I'll also have it linked down description below. Then for some additional perks, I'm adding in a scoop of unflavored collagen, but honestly, you could leave this out if you want to. Collagen is not a complete protein, so it doesn't have the same perks as like whey protein powder would. So if you don't have it on hand, you can leave it out. But if you happen to have it, it does make a good addition here. Then I mix these ingredients up just so it's well dispersed before I add in the liquid. So for the liquid, I use a combination of whole milk and Greek yogurt. Both of these will provide even more protein and helps to make it so rich and creamy. Plus, when you soak oats in an acid like with yogurt, it can help to make it more digestible and more blood sugar stabilizing. This is why having overnight oats is so much better for overall wellness goals than having regular cooked oatmeal, or at least one of the reasons why, which again, stay tuned for next week's video for all the reasons. So for 1 serving, I'm using 1/2 cup of whole milk and then 1/4 cup of Greek yogurt. Then I just stir it up, put on the lid and pop it in the fridge. You want to have it soak for at least 4 hours to get the benefits, but you could have this soak for up to 5 days. So you can make like 5 days worth and just stick them all in the fridge and have all of your meals ready for the entire week. When you're ready to eat it, you can just pop it out and add on whatever toppings you want. I like to add on a little bit of fruit, so I might add on some blueberries, or if I want to add even more fiber, then I'll add on raspberries, usually about 1/2 to 1 cup. Lately, there've been some really good plums and pears at the farmer's market, so I've been adding some of that on top. Now, I also wanted to share the really easy way to prep 7 days or more worth of these overnight oats, so you can just have breakfast ready to go whenever you need it. If you're super busy, if you're traveling, or if you're like a mom like myself, this this will seriously be such a game changer. In fact, I recently went to Disneyland for 5 days and prepared all of my family's breakfast using this strategy for the full 5 days. So we had a high quality protein, fat, and fiber packed meal ready for us that we also didn't have to spend like $30 a person for. Okay, so here's how you do it. I lined up a bunch of plastic bags. So if you're doing like 7 servings worth, then you line up 7 plastic bags. You could also use glass containers if you want, but for traveling purposes, plastic bags are really convenient. And then you add each of the dry ingredients. So that means all of the ingredients except for the toppings, the Greek yogurt, and the milk. Add each of them into each of the bag. Then you just seal the bag and you store it in the pantry. You can store it in the pantry pretty much like almost indefinitely, or as long as any of those ingredients would be stable in the pantry. And if you're traveling, you can stash these in your bag. It's something that you can bring through TSA for travel. And then when you're ready to actually use it, you dump that dry mixture into some type of container. I use those disposable coffee cups that they often have in hotel rooms. Or again, you could bring a glass container, but if you're traveling, it's a little less convenient to do that. And then the night before, you add in those dry ingredients to that container, and then you add in the Greek yogurt and milk, pop it into the hotel fridge, or you could even pop it into a cooler if you have a really great cooler that you brought with you, plus the ice, of course, and just have it ready for you in the morning. This saves money, gives you a really great high quality meal that you can have ready in minutes, and it's something that you can have prepped for the whole family too. But really the thing that makes this taste so dang good while also providing such a great source of protein is my vanilla protein powder. I cannot recommend it enough, especially for this recipe. It just elevates it and makes it taste chef's kiss amazing. So if you haven't already tried it out, make sure you grab my protein powder. I'll have it linked down in the description below. And let me know in the comments if you've tried this recipe. I've been loving it lately and I'd love to hear what you guys think. Also, if you're new to my channel and you love this science-packed and delicious information, make sure you subscribe right here. Come out new videos every Tuesday and Thursday. All right, guys, thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll see you in my next video.